Hey guys, James here, back with another video, and I've been super stoked to get this video out to you guys for quite some time. So I've got this kind of all laid out, but I've actually been using this backpack for the past 2 to 3 months. It's a bit different in my reviews. Usually I unbox straight away and then I use it after, but keep that in mind when you're listening to my reviews and my feedback. This is the Korean design FlexPack Pro. So this is the much improved, much awaited new revision of the FlexPack Pro. So if you guys remember and you've been following my channel, the FlexPack Pro was my daily driver until I got this one. And so I really love that bag. I found it was the best out of all the 180-degree opens. But this is groundbreaking because this is not a 180-degree open. It's kind of similar to it, but it's not really. And as you go through the video, you'll kind of understand what I mean about that. But of course, we've got our trusty backpack scoring sheet. If you haven't heard the new revision, so I removed the kind of scoring points, and it's just the impressions, because I find that if I use points, it doesn't really fairly gauge my overall impressions of the backpack. Like, just because it's a 60 out of 100 doesn't mean it's bad, but it just means that that was my overall impression. And so yeah, we'll see how we go, and we'll just go through this bit by bit. First off, it came in this box as usual. As you can see, it kind of got damaged a little bit. I was a bit concerned that the product itself was damaged in that process. However, that's not the case. It was fine, but it's just that it was a little concerning that, you know, it kind of came in this squashed thing. But, you know, you can't really do much, but it was fine. That means it can take a beating. It also came in this kind of plastic wrapping, so also even if the box was compromised, at least it's still protected. So it came in with this, came with a few accessories. As you can see, it's got the Korean branding here. Now, there is another part to this, which I may do in the future. It's called the FlexPack Go. It's more of like a duffel bag. This is more like your typical backpack, but they have made a duffel bag, which I'll probably will review sometime later on. I just haven't had time to get to that one yet because I was really excited about this one. This was what I was really eyeing on. So yeah, Korean both sent me both of these products to review for you guys. So here it is. So we have the, let's look at the instruction manual. Limited warranty. We have the quick start guide. This is pretty cool how they've got this. So it basically just explains how to use the backpack, what are some of the features. So you get the rain cover with it. You don't have to pay extra for it. You get the RFID blocking thing, which is this one, and that's the rain cover. And yeah, these are some of the features, and we will walk through that. TSA, lock, and all that stuff, how to reset the combination. You have the charging and just all the different specs. So that's pretty cool. So if you have no idea how to use the backpack, it tells you how to do that, which is awesome. Again, this is very similar to the other one. However, it's in black color, which is nice. I like that. So as you can see, it's the RFID blocker, and then you just put kind of your cards and stuff inside here. I'm not sure if people use this. I personally don't use it, but hey, it's a cool addition that they put into the bag, which is nice. And it's black in color instead of the silver last time. They have the rain cover for it. Remember, this comes with it. You don't have to pay extra. It's just elastic. As you can see, there's no kind of fancy thing about it. You just literally put it on. And so let's just say, for example, you knew that you were going to be riding in the, let's just say you ride your bicycle to work and you knew that it was going to be pouring. And so at least you've got this in here for peace of mind that it's not going to get soaked. Now, of course, this is somewhat water resistant to a certain extent, but it's by no means waterproof. So that's why they give you this raincoat for it. So that's what it's for, and it comes with it. That's fantastic. So yeah, definitely something to keep in there, especially if you live in a place where it's really rainy all the time, and you know, when you travel, it's a lot of commuting of open exposure and stuff like that. Though I have ran through the rain in this just for brief periods, and it's been fine. Like, nothing's been soaked through. So it's only if it's like for an extended period, like half an hour riding through the rain and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. They comes with that. Now they also have this kind of bag. I'd say it's similar to like a gym bag. It's really simple. There's nothing much to it. It's literally just one zip and you just chuck stuff in here. So for example, if you were to, yeah, like go to the gym or something, it's really lightweight. Let me just put it on for you. Really lightweight, and you can just carry whatever you need to carry, like your towel, spare change of clothes, drink bottle, whatever it is. Chuck it in here. It is, I would say it is waterproof. I'm not sure if this comes with it. I think it comes with the bundle. So if you get the FlexPack Go and the FlexPack Pro, then you get this. But you'll have to confirm with Korean Design regarding that. But in general, just two zips. It's got the Korean Design branding on each zip as well. You can see here, the strap is pretty, you know, there's no padding to it because it's not meant to carry heavy things. But it's your standard kind of plastic with your kind of seatbelt material strap. So very simple, but that's pretty cool. You got the Korean logo, but this is not what we're here for. We are here for the FlexPack Pro, this guy. Now, I just want to say, overall impressions, this is fantastic. That's what I'm just gonna say. But let's just go through each individual thing, and we're gonna hit a home run. And this is great. I love this backpack. Obviously, it's my new daily driver, but there are some things which I'm not happy with, and we'll get to those later. So overall design and quality. I think this design is great. Like, just look at it. It's so compact. It looks modern. And if you're a businessman, you could wear this. If you're a university student, you could wear this. If you're someone who just wants a backpack, you can wear this. It fits all types of people. It covers a very good design overall. I love its kind of two-tone. So you've got the dark gray, but you've also got this light gray. I love that, how there's a bit of color to it in terms of the shading. And yeah, the quality is great. The back, you know, initially I was like, oh, how come they got rid of this center mesh? Because if you compare it with the FlexPack Pro, here, the whole back was this nice mesh, but they decided and opted to go with the sides, and honestly, I haven't really felt there was much difference. So that was really, really good, but super comfortable. The straps, again, really nice. Not as thick, I find. Definitely not as thick as the FlexPack Pro's ones, but it's still comfortable nonetheless. Like these, I thought were like the really, really comfortable stuff. This is still not bad. They're still pretty good. Everything is built nicely. The zips are good. The only issue I would say is that sometimes the zip on the top is a little stiff. And I would say it's still like that even after 2 months of use. So it's still pretty stiff compared to the FlexPack Pro. I'm kind of comparing it to the older one because in a sense, this is the upgrade, right? So it's a little stiff, but you know, it's not too bad. The side ones are a bit better, but the top zip, this main zip is a bit stiff. I mean, it's good because it means that people can't really pickpocket you that easily. But overall, I think design and quality, I would say it's pretty damn close to revolutionary. I don't know what to give it. I don't want to be too biased, but like it's super close. Like I'm just gonna give it a tick right there. All right, pretty close to revolutionary, but I wouldn't say it's completely revolutionary. All right, the weight, it's quite light. Let me get my scales. 1.21 kgs for this. And to compare with the other one, the old FlexPack Pro, it's a little bit lighter in 1.05 kgs. So it's a little bit heavier, but in a sense with, I'd say with good reason. You can see it's much more formed, and there's a bit more kind of sleekness to it, if you want to call it that. All right, so the weights, I would say it's pretty light. It's not extremely light, for sure. It's pretty light. It's pretty decent. The straps, as I said, not as comfortable and not as thick as I would like it to be. I do, in a sense, have an issue that it is a little bit thinner. You do feel a bit of it, but I would say that it's not too bad that it becomes like a deal breaker kind of thing. So the straps overall, I think, yeah, it's this kind of the same plastic, you know, material with the seatbelt stuff, which is okay, you know, not the greatest. They did, however, remove the slot in the strap, which I find was a little annoying. I really did like having like a pocket in the strap, but they removed that. However, what you do is that you do gain a center strap. So I've got this tucked away in this position because I don't really use the center strap. But if you do want to use the center strap, so if for example, if you're doing a lot of walking, then you know, you have this center strap to keep it together, and you can adjust the height of that as well quite easily. But I don't use that, but it's, yeah, locked with this magnetic kind of grip, which is pretty cool. I've reviewed something similar like this on my channel with the folds, I think I remember. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So you just lift this way to unlock, and then it just automatically locks in with magnets. But I usually just tuck this away over here, like so. Okay, there you go, so like that. And that's what this elastic is for, so to stop that, which is great, because I only found that out like quite a little while later, that this is what the elastic was for, to hold this in place. But essentially, yeah, pretty decent straps. I haven't really found much issues of slipping and everything, so I would say the straps are pretty close to fantastic. I would say in the middle. The only thing that's stopping them, as I said, is that extra thickness that I wanted. So these are the current scoring so far. So overall design, quite close to revolutionary. It's pretty light, and it's pretty close to fantastic of straps. Now, anti-theft and security. This is where things were a little bit, I was a little bit disappointed. Now, I'm going to try and find the best angle to show you, but I did have a go at slashing this, and I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see there's a line there. It depends on what angle. You can kind of see there's like some crosses right there. So I went out with my knife thinking it was the same material. It wasn't the same material. So the FlexPack Pro has a really nice material. I'll rotate it this way so you can see. Has a really nice material where it's fully cut proof. Like, you hack at it with a knife and you get nothing back. That's amazing. I loved it. I loved the fact that I had that. This is not the same material. I assumed it was, and I wrongly assumed it was. So there is some physical damage to here with the cuts, and I just kind of went like that with the knife, and that's what you get. So it isn't cut resistant to the point of the FlexPack Pro, which I was a little bit disappointed with. I was kind of hoping that they would, you know, use the same material here, but I'm guessing they couldn't get it with the color that they wanted, and it didn't really match the scheme. I don't know what their design choice for that was, but that was a little bit of downside. So it isn't as cut proof as I liked it to be. You definitely can cut the bottoms. So in terms of going at it with a knife, I would say that it's not as secure as the FlexPack Pro, but it does still have the same locking features. So it's got the TSA lock here. So for example, you can, you know, lock your two zips in here and people can't access that, so that's great. And it's cool how they've got this little cover at the top to, you know, hide that combination lock, which is nice. Instead of just, hey, look, there's a lock here, there is this thing which kind of subtly hides it, which is nice, a nice touch. I do like that. You also have some nice other features. So again, you've got this same kind of loop. So the cool thing is that, let's just say you have a pole, you wrap it around the pole and you stick it through here, and then you lock it, and then it can't actually be taken out. Now, of course, if someone's got like really high quality pliers / wire cutters, they are going to be able to cut it. That's what it is. But the cool thing is that you know, if someone wants to just take your bag and run, they can't do that. They have to do the extra steps. So if anything, you know, it's not really theft proof, right? In a sense, it's just theft resistant. So it's just trying to get people, it's a deterrent in a way. If people see that there, it's like, okay, extra effort, therefore I'm not going to put that extra effort to try to rob your bag, you know? So that's generally what it's going for. Now you also have these other pockets. Now I find that this is a little bit weird because this is at the bottom of the bag. It's a two-way open. So you can open it this way, right? And you can open it this way, which I find defeats the purpose of the zip, because essentially if you have things on this side, or let's just say this side, right? Someone can just kind of open that bottom part and just grab whatever you have here. And, you know, I just find like, why can't you just use the top zip? Like, I think it's okay to, like, why did you need the two zips? Like 2 zips is nice. I get that they want to add features, but I just found that it kind of defeated the anti-theft kind of vibe they're going for. I just think that that's kind of useless. I mean, you can kind of tuck the zip away, but they can still grab at it. So that's that. But there's only really 3 zip compartments, the 2 sides and the one on the top. So in terms of anti-theft and security, I will just say that I feel like I can't give it a good because of the slash and that bottom bit. So I'm just going to give it, you know, about here, just under good, you know? So just under good. Now, exterior features. As I said, we've got the TSA lock here where you can program your own code and stuff like that. This is pretty cool. This is the charging port. So it's kind of weather sealed and it is a little kind of annoying to get out, I will say. So you can see here, if I try to pull this, it's not really going to come out. So you're going to have to try just flick it open with your large thumb. But once we get that open, you can see it's got 2 types. It's got USB Type A as well as USB Type C. And there's an LED indicator there as well to show that, you know, that it's active. And I'll show you what that looks like after as well. But you can see it's got this rubber flap. It's kind of fully weather sealed, so you don't have to worry about, you know, the water getting in. And because it's quite hard to flip up, you don't have to worry about this coming undone while you're wearing it. So that's pretty cool. That's one thing. The sides, as I said, you know, they have the 2 pockets. Nothing else besides that, really. So just the top lock, you've got the charging port on the side, and the 2 zips. And the rest are kind of interior features. So nothing much, really. But I would say in terms of the quality, like, I'll just say this is tough because, you know, if I say that it's good, then it's almost like saying it's not good, like, you know what I mean? So this is kind of a bit of a flaw in the way that I do my scaling, but I will say it's just good, but that doesn't mean that it's only a 2.5. Remember, these are just impressions. Now, interior features and space management. This is the thing of this backpack. This is the thing. Now, let me show you. So as you can probably already see, this is not a 180-degree open. It's almost a 180, but it's not quite. There is this kind of bottom lip, which prevents it from fully 180ing, which I find is fantastic. I love that. Finally, someone decided not to go with a 180 open, and it's awesome because it has almost like a two-stage. So I rarely open it all the way. I usually open it up until this lip. And as you can see here, it gives me straight downward access to the entire backpack, right? If it didn't have this kind of curve, you know, as with this one, it was really hard for me to access the inside. So, you know, I'd open this up, but then it's kind of this awkward part where I can't really see the front. So they really improved on that and had this kind of flap that can come open in 2-stage, and I get direct access to the entire thickness of the backpack as well as this thing on the top, which is fantastic. I love this design, it's great. But I'm just going to open this all the way up so that you can see what's exactly on the inside. Okay, so on this front flap you can see you have this mesh, so just a normal zip where you can put stuff in. You have a secondary zip where you can also put more stuff in, which is great. I love the fact that they utilize this well with zips, because if you kind of put pockets, you're limiting what people can put and how many things they can put. So let's just say some guy wants to carry a lot of SD cards, they can do that. Some guy wants to carry a lot of pens, they can do that. Some guy wants to carry, you know, whatever, chewing gum, they can do that. And so giving flexibility is always the best thing to do. Now you also have your really nice, again, this really soft sleeve. I never use the flap just because I think it's quite useless, because like it's an extra step. So I don't use the flap, but they've got that there if you want to use that. I just think it's a bit pointless. So they have the flap there where you can fit, as you can see, 15.6-inch laptops or 10-inch tablets. So you'll see me put that in later, but again, that really nice soft signature Korean design laptop sleeve. You have the tablet part, which I do use, and on the sides you got these pretty nice pockets, so you can see in this view. So first off, before I even open the pockets, there's these 2 flaps where you can put kind of whatever you want. That's extra storage. That's fantastic. Then when you open these are kind of like 180s. So as you can see here, you know, it's a full open. Now, I'm not sure if that's that beneficial. I usually keep these open till about here. Like, I just leave them open, but you can close them if you wish. So they suggest, you know, you put a mouse in this one, you can put other, you know, storage things, whatever, but I really only just use it for this and putting it as like a pocket. So I usually keep it like that. Same with this side, but it's slightly different. So here, they actually have two cables this time. And as you can see, one is USB Type A and one is USB Type C. So you can plug both those in. You can essentially have two power banks in here. But of course, you know, if you're just use USB Type C power bank, then just use the USB Type C power bank and vice versa for that. So you can stick that in here, and that's pretty cool. And that just lives there. And then you have a slightly different, you know, here has the soft mesh. This one has like a rough kind of design, you can see here. But again, I don't really use these small pockets. I feel that they're a bit too shallow for what I want. But sure, you can stick SD cards and stuff like that on it. Here you can see it's got that kind of charging port section here. And that's, you know, they've all wired that internally. You don't have to touch that. Of course, as I always say, some people still miss it. You have to provide your own power bank. It does not come with a built-in one. So, you know, these cords need to be connected to something. So provide your own power bank. And yeah, you can kind of stick whatever you want in here. I usually just stick a cable in here, but I wouldn't say put any valuable things, as I said, because someone can just pull that zip underneath and take what they want from, you know, underneath your backpack. That's a bit of a flawed design in the thing, but hey, that's what they've got. Now, the cool section is, you must be thinking, what is this thing here? Now, this is one of the coolest features, I think, of the backpack. It's essentially a fully kind of enclosed, watertight pouch where you can put your umbrella, because you know when you use the umbrella, it's wet. You don't want to get the rest of your stuff wet, so it's a dedicated pouch to put that. You can also put in your water bottle in case it does spill. Then it's fully enclosed. It's not going to get anything else wet, and it keeps everything nice and cool and insulated. That's really awesome. I don't usually keep anything else in here besides the water bottle or that umbrella. If you don't want that, however, you can gain that extra space. So what you do is you just kind of fold this up, scrunch it up to the side, like so, and you gain an extra depth. However, I found that actually having this all the way out and having the level here was actually more beneficial for me. But if you do want to carry a lot of textbooks, a lot of stuff, then, you know, so you have your laptop here and then your textbooks here, then you can have that extra depth. So that is available to you. So that's essentially it for it. The interior features and space management, I love it. I think it's great. And I'm just going to load things up because that's what I usually do. And this is how I'm loading my stuff for this backpack. All right, so this is currently all that I put in my backpack every single day, pretty much. Now, sometimes I will bring my power brick with me, but that's not all that often. I usually just use what's in this laptop in terms of the battery charge. But I found that it was really easy to pack this, and you can definitely fit a lot more, which I have. But this is my kind of daily, what I use. Not what you can fit in here, but what I use. So, as always, start with the laptop. So I put the laptop with the charging port on the top. That goes here. And I always fit my clipboard at the back of that space as well, just so that it fits nicely together. I'll put the power bank in here. So this is just the normal standard USB-A. So what you'll have to do, I find that if you try to put it and then put it in, it doesn't work because the angle is in there. So I'd always put the power bank in first. So put it in, and then I would connect it up, just like that. Okay, so always do that first. I put my mouse in this slot here. Now, sometimes, depending how big your mouse is, it might be a little bit tricky to get it out. So I usually tend to push it up from the bottom. But anyway, that's that. I usually put my Sharpie in here with my spare key. At the top, I put my chewing gum with my wireless Bluetooth earphones. And then I put, usually I put my Shure SE 425s in here. Forgot about my Bible, so I'll just zip this up. Tablet, goes in the top, just like so. And then the cool thing is, for me, this is the Power Packer by Side by Side. And the brilliant thing is, this just fits exactly in this slot here. To me, that's just perfect. So close that up, and the fact that this has that ledge, I can fit my Bible in here without having to dig too deep. Close that up. On the side, I put my drink bottle here. And that goes all the way in. Now you can see it doesn't exactly fit, like exactly flush, depending the size of your bottle. But to me, it's not a big issue. Even like that, it still fits quite well. You don't really notice it. And then I put my charging cable on this side. Now, I'll just quickly show you what that charging LED indicator looks like. And you can see it lights up blue and it is now charging, which is awesome. And I just stick this in here. Not afraid to have someone take it, but you know, you got to put that somewhere. So that's everything in this bag. Now, as you can see, if I didn't have that drink bottle, I have a lot more extra space that I can go deep down inside. You can use this for school, I would say, to a certain extent. Just know how thick your books are, how big they are, and what else you're carrying. If you're not carrying a laptop and a tablet, you can fit a lot of stuff in here. But the more you add, obviously, the thicker it becomes. So just have to keep that in mind. But the fact is, you know, I just love how everything is accessible because of that slant. You know, because there's this slant there, I can just open a zip halfway up, grab what I need. It's great. So, interior features and space management, I'd say it's quite amazing. I'm just gonna give it an amazing. It deserves that much. I think they've really learnt and improved from their previous design in terms of how to use space management, and it's something that a lot of companies are still struggling with, and I think Korean Design have really nailed it in terms of a progression point of view. Is it perfect? By no means. They still have a lot to improve on, but it's a great leap forward, and it's convinced me to move from my ClickPack Pro to this FlexPack Pro. The things which I didn't like, you know, the fact that the straps weren't as comfortable, the fact that it's not that cut-proof material, you know, those are minor things compared to things which I find is the biggest part, which is the space management, and not even just the management, but the access to the things. Because sure, you can load up the ClickPack Pro to its full brim, but try to access anything at the very bottom, and it's super difficult. Whereas now, you know, the fact that they've made access so easy, I can grab anything I want from here, I can grab anything I want from here. It's readily available. Now, some of you may disagree with me, but this is what I found was the most important part of this backpack. This design, this slant, it really makes this backpack really sing well in terms of how to access the things inside the bag and how to, you know, make it easy to use. You know, I don't have to lay it out flat, you know, and try to get access to everything like the Bobby backpack or even the ClickPack Pro. Everything is here. I can just, you know, plump my bag on my desk, you know, when I go to college, grab what I want out of it, and then zip it up again. I don't have to, you know, dig so deep, whereas I had to do that before. And the fact that they've got a lot of pockets, you know, on the top here as well, which makes accessing small items really easily, that's fantastic. I think it's great. Good job, Corin. You've really nailed it on this one. Okay, comfort. I'll just show you what it looks like. I've already worn this for the past 2 months, so I already know what it feels like. As you can see, it does look, yeah, quite small, but it's nice. I feel like it's compact. It's got a nice kind of cute feel to it, but it's still got that business look. So that's really nice. So I think it is comfortable. The back has great support. The straps are the only ones that are a little bit thin, but as I said, I can't really feel this weight all that much. I thought it was going to be a big issue. When I initially got this bag and I initially started using it, because I actually went to interstate and I was like, I really want to test this bag out as like a travel bag for the plane. And I was a bit worried it was going to be a little uncomfortable. I didn't have to worry about that at all. It was really comfortable, really nice to wear. Didn't complain about it at all. So it's great. I love this bag. So comfort wise, I'd say, I won't say it's super comfortable, but I'd say it's pretty close. So it's like in between, you know, a very good, it's in between a good and a super comfortable, like a very kind of good, like a very good kind of level. And the cool thing is that it stands up by itself as well. All right, pricing. So currently this bag is on sale until the 29th of November, which may or may not be passed depending on how fast I edit this video. And they're selling that for $129 US. That's a big steal for this kind of bag. It's actually the same price as the FlexPack Pro, but I would definitely recommend this over the FlexPack Pro just because the way of accessing that, you know, contents in the bag, that's just groundbreaking, right? The retail price is $198, which is still okay. It just depends what this bag means to you. This is a really nice design, comfortable, great kind of access to your stuff. And so if that's important to you, then 198 isn't too bad. I would say it's still a little bit steep. I would say maybe 180, 170. That would kind of be what I would say. It would kind of make people buy it. But if you've got the money, then definitely go ahead. 129, I think it's a great steal. 150, 60, 70, 80, that's kind of where I would probably put it. 200 is a little steep, I think, especially when you convert to Australian dollars. That's almost like 260, 270 Australian dollars. So yeah, as I said, high quality, really good stuff. So I think the pricing and value, I would say it's, you know, 200. If we take the retail price, you know, the full retail price, I would say it's on the little expensive side. You know, I don't think it's that reasonably cheap. However, the current price is a huge steal. You know, it's quite affordable. I wouldn't say it's extremely affordable. It's quite affordable. You know, are there any deal breakers? As I said, you know, the slashing did show through. Some of the stitching is coming out, as you can see here, like here and over there. So I'd say there's about 2 or 3 unique features for sure. It's design overall. That's one. You also have, you know, that unique feature of the tag coming out. So I'd say 2 to 3. Versatility of use. Who is this for? It doesn't meet the targeted customer. Okay, let's just list them out. Office people, right? University people, your everyday person. You also have, who else? High school students, I reckon, depends. I mean, you can bring it to the gym, but obviously, you know, it's not designed for that. It's about here. It's like pretty versatile. It's definitely above average. So they've done really, really well for that. So overall conclusions, what would I do with it? Is it the best bag in the world? I kind of want to give it that. In this point in time, it is the best bag that I know of. So I am going to say it is the best bag in the world. So again, these are the final scores. You can pause this video, have a look. You know, it did kind of let down in exterior features, but it doesn't really matter because the interior features just, like, it was just, that was the big thing. Pricing and value did let it down a little bit, but overall, I think the bag is a fantastic bag and you should go get this if you are looking into an anti-theft kind of bag. But overall, it's fantastic. I love this bag. You know, as I said, I was quite hesitant to move to this bag from the FlexPack Pro because I've been using that for almost a year and I released that video saying how good it was. But then after using this for like 2 months, I can say that I'm definitely not going back. I just love the fact that I can access my stuff really easily, have my water bottle on the side without it looking ugly because, you know, I got used to it, the fact that, you know, you could stick, you know, a water bottle on the side, but it was a little ugly. This is all internal. This is great. Can't say much more, really. Great backpack. Definitely would recommend, as you can see from that. So that's all I can say, but I hope you really liked this video. I hope it was very informative. Let me know if you have any questions. I will try to answer every single question as I can. However, I won't be able to answer everybody. Sometimes I actually don't know. So if you do have kind of like a product kind of purchasing kind of question, like do they ship here or not, you would have to ask Corin Design. But if it's about the bag itself in terms of the features, you can definitely ask me and I'll try to get answering that to you as soon as I can. But yeah, hope you liked this video. Like it if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. Leave those comments below, subscribe to see more videos like this in the future, and definitely go out and get this bag. I'll leave links in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next one.